All right, so let's try this again. Welcome to the Total Connector Show. All right, so let's try this again. All right, sorry about that. I forgot to change my settings because usually I wear some headsets. So now I'm on microphone on my webcam. All right, sorry about that. Let's begin again from the scratch. Welcome to the Total Connector Show. My name is Keyvan Davani, and it's about total Bitcoin, total freedom, total decentralization, total Bitcoin. And it's about the hardest and scarcest money ever created in human history, Bitcoin. So I thought these are some topics and content that you might be interested in if you haven't already read it yet or come across on Twitter or any kind of social media. It's this article about, because there are more and more projects, which I applaud, which I really find great, that more and more projects, more and more hardware manufacturers, device makers, whatever, beginning with Trezor, Model T, Model 1, um, going more and more because of the, not a pressure, but not because of the pressure, but because maybe the demand, or maybe in some way a pressure from hardcore real Bitcoin maximalists. I call myself Bitcoin realist. But it's good that they cleanse the system out of all the shit coins, and because the more a system is complex, with more shit coins and systems and codes and what have you. I'm not a technical guy, but I think it cleanses the system, and it reduces the attack vectors. It reduces or makes even the security issues obsolete. And so it's about security. It's about intuitive, easy user friendliness, especially for people who really just want to buy some Bitcoin on an exchange, transfer it after hopefully they've done, after hopefully we can do this all by default, the coin joining, the mixing of the coins, in order to increase or to guarantee our privacy, full privacy. So all right, so let's take it one step after another. This article on blog.trezor.io. Sources say orange coin good. It's the best meme ever. A new Bitcoin only firmware now available. Now, it says here, the community has spoken once again will deliver. We are thrilled to announce that the beta version of our new Bitcoin-only firmware is now available to download for both Trezor 1 and Trezor Model T. We aim to introduce a stable version of Bitcoin-only firmware in the next month's release. So the way I understand it, this is a preliminary release. It's sort of your own responsibility. You got to know what you're doing. And to be honest with you, I haven't tried it yet to implement or execute these steps. It's not rocket science, but still, for a newbie, to be honest with you, I don't think whether this is really suitable. Even though I mean, it's really clean-cut instructions, but you need to be just aware and conscious of a lot of in-between steps. You need maybe to even test your recovery seed, as it says here, in a dry run recovery before updating the firmware. But then you have to update the firmware after that, and then there are, I guess, two modes or two processes, two ways to go into advanced mode, and then whatever model you have, going into the installation of the Bitcoin only software. So I haven't done it, but I guess maybe it would be wise to wait till they have a really solid Bitcoin only firmware, which is then totally automatic. But then it says here, if you have had or had some whatever, or you still have some shit coins or whatever, or let's just say Ether, or any kind of, you want to access some kind of tokens you have still, and you would want to sell it maybe finally for some satoshis or Bitcoin. It says here, let me see, there you go. It's also essential to note that after installing Bitcoin-only firmware, all your other coins will disappear from the wallet interface. But do not worry, the private keys to your altcoins remain protected within your Trezor. The regular Trezor firmware is required to access your altcoins. You can swap between the regular firmware and Bitcoin-only firmware as many times as you like. Now, how easy that would be, I don't know. I mean, just switching or swapping between, regular Trezor firmware and Bitcoin only firmware, I don't know that. So I still haven't heard any kind of feedback or testimonial review, anything, or kind of testing review. So, just be aware, read the article, and make yourself really inform yourself before doing any kind of, before doing any kind of shit. So, and because it's in an advanced mode, and you just got to be careful, just be cautious and careful. With the average person, newbie, or a little bit more experienced, like myself, to be honest with you. All right, okay. So that's it with the Trezor. The other article, by the way, this guy I interviewed some while ago, pretty nice guy, is the co-founder, that's Adam Fisser, co-founder of ZK Snacks, the firm behind the privacy-centric Wasabi wallet. Is stepping down from his role as CTO to focus on research as the company matures. And then he says, I was just reviewing other people's code and managing people, and that's not what I'm good at. I'm good at coding and researching privacy, Fisher said. It's getting to the point of being a serious business, and we have to be more conservative. Now, I don't want to read you the whole article. You can read it for yourself on coindesk.com. The title is Leadership Shakeup at Wasabi Wallet at Bitcoin as Bitcoin business surges. What I wanted to, what I find really essential, the quote or the content, is that he said, while Molnar said he's focusing on fostering robot contributions and stabilizing the product, which is currently slow and glitchy, Fisser will work on integrating Bitcoin node features directly into the wallet. He says, we want to bring Bitcoin Core into Wasabi desktop in a way that you just click a checkbox and have a full node operating from then on, Fisher said. Also, as the blockchain fees goes up, this way of mixing with Wasabi is not going to be... Oh, sorry about that. All right, now you can see that. Sorry about that. We want to bring Bitcoin Core into Wasabi desktop in a way that you just click a checkbox and have a full node operating from then on. Also, as the blockchain fees goes up, this way of mixing with Wasabi is not going to be economical. We have to figure out what is the most optimal algorithm for mixing with Wasabis. Well, not only that, but I think what is really urgent, and I've been urging this because it would really massively increase the rate of speed, the rate of adoption, the rate of learning, education, and just executing the steps that Bitcoiners or hardcore maximalists or whatever, or developers, coders, programmers, or whatever, think it's for granted. But I think a lot of these features on Wasabi CoinJoin, literally what it's about, in essence, about guaranteeing or making sure you have total privacy once you buy your Bitcoin Satoshis on an exchange, before you transfer to your hardware wallet, that you put you transfer to your Wasabi wallet. And then you have to and then even by now the hardware wallet, would it be Trezor or whatever, is not compatible with the Wasabi CoinJoin. So you cannot, as I understand, you cannot do this directly, automatically, or whatever. You have to create a CoinJoin receiving address, and then from then on you mix it. But there's so many steps in between that are just not clear. You have to really know what you're doing. So it's not user friendly, definitely not. But we're getting there, and they're doing great job. Whatever team they are on, would it be they're all really great teams, whether it be Samurai and Whirlpool, or Wasabi with the CoinJoin, or or Trezor. It doesn't matter. All these projects are doing great work, but sometimes I just would like to understand, what are the challenges, what are the real problems, what are the real root problems, what is the real difficulty, the hindrances, the obstacles, the challenges in making these features much more easy, user-friendly, intuitive, by default, automatic, just pushing a button, like we're getting there, like the internet, like the email. You just go on the browser, you open up whatever your your web browser, your email application, you typing, it should be really intuitive. If we want to get all, demographically through all these ages and layers of society, whether it be young, old, or whatever, especially the older generations. So, making it as empathic and easy and user friendly as possible. So this is my real wish for, at least, for Christmas or something, that, uh, Wasabi does it in a way that you just have to transfer your Satoshi from your exchange, a Kraken or whatever, all right, transfer it to Wasabi, mixes it. The best thing would be all be automatic. It would just go directly to Trezor, and from Trezor, from internal Trezor, sort of embedded Wasabi coin journal, whatever, some kind of Whirlpool coin mixing. So it's all about fungibility, privacy, and so that nobody can, not any kind of, all these, stupid companies like chain analysis or whatever can track you, or can find out, can track you, sort of. I mean, this is about total privacy. We have a right to privacy, right? So uh, yeah, and so let's see, how things develop, with what kind of speed and acceleration and adoption and communication. So the UX and UI designers, I think they play a huge role in this process. User interface, user experience. This is what we need. This is urgently what we need. So another thing I was going to talk about is, by the way, what do we have? Bitcoin right now is at, yeah, it's like fluctuating, volatile, of course, always. So I'm waiting till it goes down to, I think it will go down eventually a little bit, for a short time. But right now it's hovering around 9,200, 9,500, whatever. Euro, of course, that's in euro. That's the Kraken exchange display. All right, what else do we have? This is Twitter. Yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, it's a it's a cool T-shirt over here. Bitcoin eating up all the, crappy shit coins and fiat coins. So what else? This guy is pretty cool. This Econ, this, I think, yeah, he's a rapper, and he's really cool. This guy, he's really, these are the people who are, accelerating the process of mass adoption, of education, of making people more sensitive to this, to the, to the topic, to the content, to the essence of Bitcoin, to money, the essence of money, what is a store of value. So if we have more people like this, whatever the sports people, athletes, rappers, musicians, prominent people, whatever, celebrities, but if they, carry a substance with themselves, if they communicate, this could facilitate, the path to this critical mass adoption, whether it be, 200 million, 500 million people. The critical mass adoption, this is what we need. All right, we don't need 8 billion people, because that's going to take care of itself once we reach that critical mass adoption. And this is my question: what is the critical mass adoption? Because right now we estimated, 50 to 100 million people hodling, holding Bitcoin, are in touch with Bitcoin. So what is the real critical mass adoption? What needs to fall in place, or whatever. All right. Okay, so yeah, by the way, just follow me on Twitter if you like, on at Keyvan Davani is my handler, or LinkedIn, or on Facebook, Instagram, and Telegram, the Total Connector, or Keyvan Davani. All right, so yeah, and then the other thing we're going to talk about is full node. Now, I haven't even myself, I don't have a full node yet. But if you want to really be a fully sovereign Bitcoin citizen, a self-sovereign Bitcoin hodler, then yes, after, this is a progression. You buy yourself some Bitcoin Satoshi on an exchange, then you become paranoid, you become wrecked, or whatever. You get wrecked, or you get a good advice, you get yourself a hardware wallet. The next step will be a full node, and the full node connected to the hardware wallet, and then so I've been communicating with Casa whether they could send me. I really want to, sort of as a gesture, also as a because I really appreciate what they're doing. I really want to do a great overview and review, a testimonial on their products, on their application, on the intuitive process of how easy it is it to really set up a Casa full node and then connect it to your hardware wallet, and then stack Sats application, the app. So all these things, really somehow really is seducing. It's sort of seducible uh, technology, and this is what I guess in the very near future, hopefully everybody's going to have, right? Not everybody, but everybody who's who is a Bitcoin hodler, and it starts accumulating, starting with the exchange and hardware wallet, Trezor, whatever, Casa. So it would be, I think, we were really good if we all start learning, empowering ourselves, and educating ourselves, and making it a more easy, user-friendly for every kind of demographics, age, education, level of knowledge, or whatever. So it's all about making a user-friendly user interface, user experience, and what have you. So yeah, I guess Casa, I think, is as it seems, the one and only device, hardware, full node device that you can get yourself and just plug it in, plug and play. That's all what it is, allegedly. So I haven't done it yet. I haven't tested it, but hopefully I will get one, and I will make a really authentic, hopefully positive review and testimonial on it, and I will get you some feedback. What's my experience? What's my user experience? Is it intuitive? Is it easy? Do I have to worry? Do I have to do updates and stuff like that? And what's the difference between subscription fee and non-subscription fees? Or the way I understand it is that if you should lose a key, or the 3 or 5 or 2 or 3 or whatever, one of those multi-sig keys, then Casa is there to help you out. All right, so this is sort of, if you do get lost, or the key loses you, you lose the one of the keys, so that Casa, the team, support center of Casa is there to to help you out, and yeah, and get you back on track. But unless for sure that you're not never gonna lose it. But I guess this is the pretty high subscription fee you have to pay per year. That's so the device itself costs $300, and then additionally every year the subscription model costs like $300 per year. So this is, I think, a lot of money for a lot of people. So I think they should lower the prices and really make a really beautiful package. The way I see it, really, for the future, upcoming future, whatever it is, should be a total package, because the package comes, actually, the Casa full node device comes with a Model 1 Trezor. So if they switch it maybe to a Model T, because the Model T is then totally decoupled from the keyboard and the browser, in case you should have to retype your seeds, your mnemonic seed phrase, then you have to type it into even though in random order, you have to type it into the keyboard and eventually into the browser. So this is what the Model T is really secure in that regard. You just type it into the display of that hardware device of Trezor, the hardware wallet Trezor Model T. So yeah, and then eventually we might even get who knows, what if we don't have electricity, internet, or whatever interruptions, or in countries where there's censorship and what have you, capital control, what have you. So maybe it comes with a Gotenna hardware, with a a small box or kit that you can just be totally free and independent from the internet and electricity. So because it's all about local mesh networks, radio signals, satellite, and even if there's minor interruptions, it's sort of, as I understand it, maybe don't quote me, that sort of recalibrates the whole thing, and then it just continues where it had stopped. So there's no real interruption. It just executes a transaction without any kind of internet. So you have local mesh network. This is the future we're looking towards to, because then we don't have any kind of dependency. We're totally free. And all these paranoia and panic mode about, oh, what if we don't have electricity, and electricity gets cut, and we don't have any internet. So people are working on that. So Blockstream, Gotenna, and all these people who work in local mesh networks and stuff like that, radio signals, satellite signals, and what have you. All right, this is sort of my summary, my review for today. I hope you profited a little bit. If you like it, please share the video. Support me on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Telegram, YouTube. Subscribe to my channel if you can. Support me in any way. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks so much for watching. And yeah, stack up those sets. And as Methodel Marty Ben says, and stay humble, stack sets, and just forget about it. All right, and don't trade, don't sell. All right, just sit on it like a chicken sits on an egg for a very, very, very long time. That's we're talking about years. All right, but for now, in the monetary revolution phase of store of value, then we'll come to the medium exchange unit of account, and then ossification of Bitcoin is already ossified, but then we're talking about critical mass adoption. So this is what we are all individually, collectively, as a society, as a civilization, within the network effects and the total decentralization and the hardest and scarcest money ever created in human history, Bitcoin. All right, so about total Bitcoin, and my name is Keyvan Davani. I'm the Total Connector, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Welcome to the podcast show by Keyvan Davani, the Total Connector, Total Bitcoin, Austrian economics, the hardest and scarcest money ever created in human history, Bitcoin.